Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to everyone tuning in. You're listening to Pride of Pakistan, an exclusive podcast series brought to you by ETL. This is the platform where we shine a spotlight on incredible minds, change makers, and global tech winners who are actively redefining Pakistan's future on world stage. I am your co-host Hamna Jabeen.
And Assalamu alaikum from my side as well. I'm Laiba. For those joining us for the first time, ETL is driven by a powerful vision to see Pakistan global recognized for the producing top-notch IT professionals who develop cutting-edge technology solutions.
Exactly. Our mission is to build a vibrant online tech community where industry professionals passionately mentor and support IT students and recent graduates. We inspire them to reach their full potential through continuous learning and self improvement, ultimately becoming leaders in Pakistan's IT industry.
And we don't just talk about it, Hamna. ETL has built a massive ecosystem to make this happen. From our mentorship program and specialized final year project advisory to hands on tech initiatives like Spark and Hackathon Hub, we provide a complete technical and professional facilitation to bridge the gap between academia and the global tech market.
That's why we have launched this Pride of Pakistan podcast series to connect our community with global tech winners who embody this exact spirit of excellence. Today's guest is a stellar example of what ETL stands for. He is someone who believed that Pakistani youth shouldn't be just consumers of technology, but creators of it, building a massive bridge connecting local talent to international Silicon Valley standards.
Exactly, Hamna. We are absolutely honored to welcome Dr. Zafar Shahid, the visionary founder of iCode Guru. Through this platform, thousands of Pakistani students have mastered coding, tracked high level technical interviews, and secured life changing international opportunities.
Dr. Zafar, thank you so much for joining Ma'am Laiba and myself today on Pride of Pakistan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you
Sir,
very
please
much,
introduce yourself.
Laiba and Hamna. Yep. So my name is Dr. Zafar Shahid. So I am the techie by heart. By training, I am electrical engineer, and I am in the industry for last more than 20 years. And I am ex-Meta, ex-NVIDIA, ex-Tencent, ex-Technicolor, and I have established more than 5 startups. And along with that, I also help Pakistani students, as you have mentioned, under the name iCode Guru. And I started this initiative in 2019. But even before that, I started helping and mentoring Silicon Valley engineers in 2015. And I have mentored few thousand engineers in Silicon Valley, which belong to different parts of the world, different universities of the world. So, and that has given me exposure to different educational systems, strengths and weaknesses, and blind spots of different graduates and how they cover those. And that is what has helped me to to scale this initiative under the name of iCode Guru in such a way that our students are making Pakistan proud at the international stage.
Mashallah, sir. That's a wonderful introduction. So we'll start off with a series of questions for you. And my first question would be कि आज लोग आपका करियर देखते हैं तो मेटा, एनवीडिया और हाई लेवल सिलिकॉन वैली इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स नजर आते हैं. बट इफ वी रिवाइंड टू योर अर्ली डेज इन पाकिस्तान, क्या आप रियल में फील करते हैं कि आप इस ग्लोबल लेवल पर compete करने के लिए रेडी हैं, या फिर ऐसा था कि बस फील्ड में उतर गए और completely ऑन द फ्लाई सीखा और सर्वाइव कैसे करना चाहिए?
इसमें दो चीजें आ जाती हैं, एक आपका स्किल सेट है और दूसरा आपका विजन. तो फ्रॉम द वेरी अर्ली चाइल्डहुड आई लर्नड वन थिंग, that being poor is the biggest crime and being mediocre is the worst thing you can do. So मुझे ये तो पहले दिन से पता था कि I will work at the top companies of the world. हाँ, ये नहीं पता था वहां पहुंचना कैसे है. That I have to do the hard way. I spent more than 18 years to arrive at FANG. अगर मुझे गाइडेंस होती तो ये 18 months भी हो सकते थे. और सिलिकॉन वैली में जो फैंग में लोग काम करते हैं, मेजॉरिटी वो दुनिया के गवर्नमेंट एजुकेशन सिस्टम से आते हैं, और उनमें से भी मेजॉरिटी इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम से आते हैं। तो अब अगर इंडिया में अमृतसर के किसी गांव का बच्चा सिलिकॉन वैली पहुंच के सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है, तो हमारे टोबा टेक्सिंग का बच्चा भी हो सकता है। और उसकी रीजन क्या है? उसकी रीजन ये है कि दोनों कंट्रीज का एजुकेशन सिस्टम 100% सेम है। दैट इज व्हाट आई लर्नड व्हेन आई मेंटर्ड thousands of Indian graduates in Silicon Valley to get jobs at big tech firms, including Fank. So vision मेरा था, and then on the way, I figure out the things. I get guidance from seniors. I always try to get guidance from somebody who was ahead in career than me. I was open to have to listen to constructive criticism, and instead of going into depression, I used to say thanks to everybody, and that is how I progress myself. So little improvement every day, consistently, without burning out.
वंडरफुल सर। अच्छा, आप अक्सर सिलिकॉन वैली का वो फेमस रूल मेंशन करते हैं कि फेल फास्ट लर्न फास्ट, बट ऑनेस्टली ये हमारे पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट्स के माइंडसेट का बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट है, जहाँ फेलियर को भी कंसिडर इट एज अ सोशल डिजास्टर। आपके लिए पर्सनली इस डर को अनलर्न करना कितना मुश्किल था, और आप आई कोड गुरु के स्टूडेंट्स को मिस्टेक्स एम्ब्रेस करना किस तरह से सिखाते हैं?
देखें, फेल फास्ट लर्न फास्ट सिलिकॉन वैली का डायलॉग नहीं है। दिस इज द बेसिक लॉज ऑफ नेचर, वेरी वेरी बेसिक लॉज ऑफ नेचर। दिस इज हाउ गॉड हैज मेड ह्यूमन माइंड। हम बचपन में चलना कैसे सीखते हैं? हमें चलना तो नहीं आता होता। पहले हम ट्राई शुरू कर देते हैं, रोज गिरते हैं, रोज फेल होते हैं, एंड आफ्टर फ्यू मंथ्स वही बच्चा भाग रहा होता है। और मैंने वॉकिंग या चलने की एग्जांपल क्यों दी? क्योंकि दिस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट टास्क फॉर ह्यूमन ब्रेन, इवन टू स्टैंड ऑन टू लेग्स, बिकॉज हंड्रेड्स ऑफ मसल्स आर सिंक्रोनाइजिंग इन माइक्रोसेकेंड्स जस्ट टू मेक यू स्टैंड, लेट अलोन रन और वॉक, राइट? और दुनिया में सब लोग चलते हैं। व्हाट डज इट मीन? कि जो ब्रेन चल सकता है वो दुनिया का कोई भी काम कर सकता है, जो इस वक्त ह्यूमन रेस में हो रहा है, जो इस वक्त सिलिकॉन वैली में हो रहा है। तो देखें, अगर कोई बच्चा पहला स्टेप ही ना लेके मैं गिर गया तो लोग क्या कहेंगे, तो वो तो कभी नहीं चल पाएगा, राइट?
बिल्कुल।
कैरियर के हवाले से ये वो डर है जो हमारे अंदर डाल दिया जाता है कि वी आर अफ्रेड टू से के आई एम मेडियोकर, आई परफॉर्म्ड नॉर्मली, या मैं फेल हो गया, मैं दोबारा कर लूंगा। तो आई कोड गुरु पे हम स्टूडेंट्स को कहते हैं कि आपने हर महीने एक इंटरनेशनल हैकाथॉन में जाना है, और आपने एक नई इंटरनेशनल टीम के साथ एक नए प्रोडक्ट पे काम करना है। एंड हैकाथॉन शुड नॉट बी मोर देन अ वीकेंड, 2-3 दिन से ज्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए। व्हाट डज इट मीन? जब आप हैकाथॉन में जाते हैं, द वर्ल्ड बिकम्स ओपन टू यू। सबसे पहला शौक आपको क्या लगता है? कि माई इंग्लिश इज गुड एनफ, आई एम एबल टू कम्युनिकेट, बाकी दुनिया के लोगों की इंग्लिश भी मेरे जैसी है, राइट? दूसरा शौक क्या लगता है? माई नॉलेज इज गुड एनफ, एंड दैट इज व्हाट चेंजेस एवरीथिंग। तो इसमें द ओनली थिंग विच इज नीडेड इज द कंसिस्टेंसी। हाँ, कुछ लोग शायद 2 हैकाथॉन के बाद बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म करना शुरू कर देते हैं, कुछ लोग शायद 10 हैकाथॉन के बाद करेंगे, क्योंकि वो स्लो लर्नर है बाय डिफॉल्ट, राइट, बाय नेचर। तो जो कंसिस्टेंट रहेगा, इट इज अ गिवन दैट ही विल बी अ वर्ल्ड क्लास प्रोफेशनल। और वर्ल्ड क्लास प्रोफेशनल होता कौन है? जो एक अननोन प्रॉब्लम पे नई टीम के साथ जल्दी से एडजस्ट होके कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन कर सके, टीम को मोटिवेट कर सके, टीम में काम कर सके और डिलीवर कर सके। उसके सीवी पे डिग्रीज नहीं, उसके सीवी पे सर्टिफिकेट्स नहीं होते, उसके सीवी पे बहुत बड़े मेडल नहीं होते, लेकिन उसे काम करना आता होता है। तो मैं आपको अपनी एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि मैंने कैरियर में सिलिकॉन वैली में जितनी भी जॉब्स की हैं, अभी तक दिस इज जस्ट कोइंसिडेंस कि मुझे किसी भी जॉब का वो काम नहीं आता होता था। जिसके लिए मुझे हायर किया सिलिकॉन वैली में बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज ने. Everywhere the expectation is that Dr. Zafar is good enough. He will ramp up fast. He will just take few weeks or few months, and then he will be performing. And that is what happened. तो सबसे पहले तो हमें ये लीप ऑफ फेथ रखना है कि let's say yes and I will figure out how to do it. What worse will happen? We may fail because gap बहुत ज्यादा था. But actually जब भी हम कोई काम करते हैं दो आउटपुट होते हैं, या तो सक्सेस होती है या लर्निंग होती है.
लर्निंग होती है.
जब सक्सेस होती है तो ऑल द वीकनेसेस आर हिडन अंडर द रग. आपको अपनी कमजोरियां नजर ही नहीं आती क्योंकि आप सक्सेसफुल हो गए. जब फेल आप होते हैं देन यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग अच्छा मैं फेल क्यों हुआ. अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे कल्चर में इस दिस फेल लर्निंग को फेलियर कहा जाता है एंड इट इज अ टैबू. लेकिन ये बात याद रखें कि एज सुन एज अ किड स्टार्ट रनिंग दुनिया भूल जाती है कि ये गिरा कितनी दफा था. एज सुन एज यू स्टार्ट बिकमिंग सक्सेसफुल दुनिया भूल जाती है कि आप फेल कितनी दफा हुए थे. जो लोग आपके फेलियर पे मजाक उड़ा रहे होते हैं वही आपको अप्रिशिएट करना शुरू कर देते हैं. तो नॉर्मली मेमोरी वर्ड की बहुत छोटी होती है, ये बात याद रखें.
Dr. Zafar, I'll ask you some questions about the iCode Guru. So, obviously, एक सक्सेसफुल टेक करियर में एक पॉइंट आता है जब बंदा आराम से सिलिकॉन वैली की लाइफ एंजॉय कर सकता है. सो व्हाट वाज द एग्जैक्ट मोमेंट या वो स्पेसिफिक गैप जो आपने फील किया हो इन पाकिस्तान, जहां आपने सोचा हो कि अब मुझे नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए एलिवेटर बनना है, कुछ नया करना है?
जी 2015 में एक टाइम आया कि जब मैंने सोचा कि आई विल नॉट डू व्हाट पीपल सेज, आई विल डू व्हाट आई फील इज द करेक्ट थिंग. और उसकी एक रीजन थी कि उस वक्त तक मेरे बहुत सारे वेंचर फेल हो चुके थे एंड द रूट कॉज ऑफ एवरी फेलियर वाज दैट आई फॉलोड द एडवाइस ऑफ समबडी एल्स although I have a feeling internally that this is not the right approach. So then I started कि I will take advice from everybody, but since I am starting something, since something is my venture, so I should only accept the advice if I feel that this should work or we should go that way. तो मैं पाकिस्तानी यूनिवर्सिटीज के साथ हमेशा से कनेक्ट रहा हूँ. Whole life I have done teaching, little bit teaching in along with the job. So I used to tell them, but the difference between current educational system and my approach was so big that people used to laugh कि भाई ऐसा नहीं होता, कहाँ से भी बात सीख लिया तुमने. Right? Even in Silicon Valley, more than 99% people, they said, no, this is not the way to go. This is waste of time. Right? बच्चों के साथ टाइम स्पेंड करो, तुम किस चक्कर में पड़ गए. So, and that's when I started that I should do something and make it work. And obviously, based on my previous life experience, I have quite a few unique learnings because of some opportunities that helped me to scale iCode Guru. Yes, and from the very first day, I have a 100% belief that this can be successful. And if it fail, that will be because of one of my wrong decisions. But otherwise, this system should work. And thanks to Almighty that we have been able to show that.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. एंड आई हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन. मेटा पर एक हाई स्टेक इंजीनियर रोल मैनेज करना एंड साथ में iCode Guru जैसी मैसिव नॉन प्रॉफिट चलाना ऑन पेपर, इट साउंड समटाइम्स लाइक एग्जॉस्टिंग एज वेल. सो आप मेंटली कैसे चीजों को मैनेज करते हैं? हाउ यू लाइक मेक इट लाइक वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस कैसे करते हैं? एक तरफ इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स इंजीनियरिंग प्रोग्राम के जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं और दूसरी तरफ पाकिस्तान के लिए लार्ज स्केल एजुकेशनल चैलेंजेस, ये डबल लाइफ कैसे मैनेज करते हैं आप?
This is wonderful question. Let me ask you a question. How long you prepared for this interview?
I think 2-3 days maybe preparation की
2-3
हमने,
days.
and like
Okay.
आपके
And
साथ तो हम काफी time से connected थे कि we have to do a podcast. I believe हम ना like 1.5 month maybe
Yes.
we are
right,
planning to do a podcast with Dr. Zafar. Yeah.
right. Yes.
Hmm.
And how long you prepare to drink water?
No preparation needed
You
for
don't
that.
prepare.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't prepare. Even the first day you didn't prepare. You just try
True.
to drink water. You
Yeah.
didn't prepare. And with the practice you become better. Right?
100%.
This is how Almighty has made the human brain. You
Hmm.
start doing something and you keep on improving. और ये जो चीज हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में हमें सिखाई कि पहले बहुत अच्छी हो जाए फिर वो काम करना. Right? So just imagine that drinking water is millions of times more important than this podcast. But for that important thing, that how I should drink efficiently because I drink 10 times a day. How should I drink so that it is best for my health? You never planned it. But for this thing, which has, in comparison to drinking water, no importance, we have spent so much time.
True.
That is how individuals, organizations, and countries fail. That they invest energy on things which have very little importance or which have no importance. For example, when we send iCode Guru students to international hackathons, just guess that how much they prepare, topic or other things. They don't prepare at all.
Oh, okay.
Preparation, quality is the enemy of success. When you become conscious about quality, you will never be able to perform. जिस तरह एक छोटा सा बच्चा है, उसे ये लग जाए कि यार मेरा सराउंडिंग के लोग मुझे जज कर रहे हैं, he will never be able to walk.
Yeah, he lose the confidence basically. Yeah.
Exactly. So at for iCode Guru, I am sure you have heard the Pareto principle, 20-80 rule, right? Do it one more time. 20% of 20% and 80% of 80%. It will become 12 and 64, right? And do it one or two more times. So it will become 1% and 50%. What does it mean? For most of the things in life, you just put 1% of effort, you will get 50% reward. Right? So at iCode Guru, we have a ruthless delegation. I never tell how to do it. I only tell just do it. And just imagine that for a village student, boy or girl, who has never done anything in life, never led any initiative, never represented himself at any stage, he will be scared. So he'll ping me back with list of questions. And I just ask him, कि भाई, you have spent 16 years in education system. Do you really don't know these answers? Or you are just scared to take the decisions? Right? And I tell them, then I ask one more question. Did I give this project to a wrong person? और वो जल्दी से कहते हैं नहीं नहीं सर ऐसी बात नहीं है. तो मैं उन्हें कहता हूँ, then I say कि अगर आसमान नहीं गिर रहा तो take the decision yourself and take the ownership of the outcome. Right? पर मैं उन्हें कहता हूँ कि go ahead, अगर चीज खराब हो गई तो I'll take the responsibility as head of the organization. अगर चीज अच्छी हो गई तो they take the whole credit. And मैं उन्हें
That's
बताता
a
हूँ
good approach.
कि Dr. Zafar is trusting on you. Why don't you trust yourself? Right? So this is just, and it just take couple of times, couple of iterations. Obviously, as you can imagine, that most of the time or majority of the time, the outcome will not be at my level.
True.
If I spend more time, outcome will be better, right? But my goal is not the outcome at all. My goal is to groom the talent, to give the opportunity, right? And the second thing I do it that when when somebody is good at it, when somebody becomes good, I do not give him that opportunity anymore. I will give to the next person in line. So what does it become? That iCode Guru पे कोई भी इनिशिएटिव होगा, आप आएंगे तो आपको लगेगा यार ये कोई बंदा पहली दफा कर रहा है. Quality will not be good. But we have tell our kids that it is okay, right? It is okay कि जो प्रेजेंट कर रहा है वो खुद इतना कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं लग रहा. It is okay कि उससे प्रेजेंट ही ना हो जाए, वो आधी बातें भूल जाए, right? Because our goal is not to look smarter in the videos, in the YouTube. Our goal is to give opportunity to those who couldn't get the opportunity in life otherwise, right? So my goal is to give opportunity to the new talent, to the raw talent, to those who need that opportunity, not to those who are already good, right? और फिर क्या होता है कि if somebody is hesitant after 6 months, when that person is performing at Stanford or Harvard level, तो उसके फ्रेंड सर्कल भी भूल जाता है कि वो कंफ्यूज था, उसके घर वाले भी भूल जाते हैं वो कंफ्यूज था, और वो खुद भी भूल जाता है कि वो कंफ्यूज था. बिकॉज दिस इज इनटेंजिबल थिंग, ये नजर नहीं आती. अगर आप बॉडी बिल्डर है ना, बॉडी बनाए अपनी, तो नजर आएगी कि 6 मंथ अगो मैं ऐसा था वैसा हूं. लेकिन ये जो आपकी मेंटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होती है, जो माइंडसेट शिफ्ट होता है, ये नजर नहीं आता. 6 महीने बाद उस इंडिविजुअल को भी लगता है कि ही वाज ऑलवेज गुड, ही जस्ट नीड लिटिल मेंटरशिप, और सराउंडिंग्स को भी लगता है. तो डर हमेशा हमारे अंदर का होता है, जिसकी वजह से हम स्केयर करते हैं परफॉर्म करने को. जिसकी डर की पहली निशानी क्या है कि आप 3 वीक पहले प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना शुरू कर देंगे. So before 2015, I used to make slides, PowerPoint, start practicing 2-3 weeks ago. In 2015, I made a decision. I will not spend more than 5-10 minutes on any presentation, no matter what stage it is. So now, even if I'm a keynote speaker at some international conference, I make minimal presentation. Maybe I spend 30 minutes on preparing slides. So I always go without preparation, without formal preparation. And that's how I am able to grab more and more opportunities. For example, I can work more than 50 conferences. I can work with a lot of people because I am just putting 1% of energy.
Exactly. So you can focus on multiple things at the same time. Yeah, true.
Yes, the most important decision is on what thing to invest the time and how much time to invest. If we can do that efficiently, yeah, that's all we need.
Totally agree.
चलो थोड़ा सा नंबर्स पर बात करते हैं, बिकॉज द स्टैट्स आई हैव रिसीव्ड आर नेक्स्ट लेवल. $21 million in scholarships, 125,000 plus students. अगर आप किसी ट्रेडिशनल यूनिवर्सिटीज को के एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स को बताएं कि एक फ्री ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म ने ये सब कर दिखाया, तो उन्हें लगेगा दैट दिस इज अ मिथ, या जेनजी लैंग्वेज में कि ये एआई है. डॉक्टर जफर, आप ऐसा क्या डिफरेंट कर रहे हैं जो हमारे ट्रेडिशनल हायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम्स कंप्लीटली मिस करता है?
मैं गोल फोकस्ड हूँ, just like any startup in Silicon Valley, right? And my goal is at $1 billion scale, not to help 10 kids in a village. I want to mentor millions of kids, right? So the goal is to create an infrastructure where every person is getting mentorship from those who are ahead and giving mentorship to those who are juniors. So iCode Guru is a platform run by the students, for the students, and of the students. So, and it is run by those who need to do that. So one of our core principle is do not exploit anybody, including myself. Because सिस्टम एक्सप्लॉयटेशन पे नहीं चला करते. Maybe you can run something for a couple of months, and after that, the person who is volunteering will start realizing that he is doing the wrong thing. So what does that mean? At iCode Guru, the person who is teaching Python will be the one who needs Python practice, who just started learning Python 2 months ago. He will not be the person who is already good at Python. So a lot of students who has very good heart, they come to me, sir, I want to teach C++ or Java. And I ask them, why you want to teach it? They say, because I am working in it for 5 years. And I ask them, will this teaching take you to Google or Apple or Microsoft? They say no. And then I say them, then this is not the right thing. This does not align with your goal. Do something which aligns with your goal. So similarly, AI will be taught by somebody who needs more practice with AI, who just practicing himself so that it helps him. And when some auditor teaches any course, for example, I take example of Python, we teach 20% sessions of Python every year. Every moderator make the outline himself. Every course is different. And the course outline is designed by the moderator who doesn't know Python yet. And what I tell them, that do all the practice questions which you don't know yourself. So what does it mean that if somebody is teaching Python, he will be learning himself too? And over there in the Python course, we teach only 2 weeks. After that, we divide the question among the students in the class and everybody present on their own turn. What does it mean? That the teacher who is teaching Python, he will, after 2 weeks, he will start learning from everyone else. And it is okay to fail. It is okay not to present properly. It is okay that you are just too scared and you are not able to talk. Because the main power is when 50 students sitting in a room discussing one thing. And I guarantee you, there will be 4 or 5 in that room who know that thing really well and who will take the initiative and start explaining that better to others. तो जिस तरह आपने स्टूडेंट्स की बात की कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स फेलियर को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते, इसी तरह हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को डिस्कशन करना भी नहीं आती होती because of our education system. If they are explaining something and someone challenges them, they don't know how to stay calm and explain it. And if somebody else is explaining and they want to challenge you, they disagree, they don't know how to remain calm and have a proper discussion. So at iCode Guru, they learn this art, that how to keep your heartbeat normal in those situations. And once they have taught enough on iCode Guru, then they start going to international hackathons. First as a participant. When they're comfortable, then they start going as a team lead. After that, they start going as a speaker, as a judge, as a mentor. And then when they ping some US professor and US professor brings them on a Zoom for an interview, then their mind doesn't froze, right? Their mind works properly, their heartbeats stay calm, they are able to think during those stuffs. But otherwise, you can imagine that if some US professor is pinging you for a $500,000 scholarship or a funding, it is such a big opportunity that it is very difficult to stay calm and impress US professor to the extent that he selects you instead of American candidates, European candidates, and thousands of Indian candidates.
Right. And I just want to ask some questions regarding global recognition and culture. So iCode Guru के लिए एक बहुत बड़ी achievement है that कि आपके अपने students स्टैनफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी के कोड एंड प्लेस प्रोग्राम के सेक्शन लीडर्स बन रहे हैं. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू आस्क कि एक स्टूडेंट की साइकोलॉजी में क्या चेंज आता है द मोमेंट दे रियलाइज कि वो सिर्फ टेक के कंज्यूमर्स नहीं है बल्कि अब वो ग्लोबल स्टेज पर पढ़ने के काबिल भी हैं.
जी, स्टैनफोर्ड में हमारे स्टूडेंट टीच करते हैं, पढ़ाते हैं, पढ़ते नहीं हैं. So this year, 272 students from more than 80 universities of Pakistan taught at Stanford Coding Place. और इसमें सबसे ज्यादा स्टूडेंट लास्ट ईयर भी वर्चुअल यूनिवर्सिटी के थे और इस साल भी वर्चुअल यूनिवर्सिटी वाज वन ऑफ द हाईएस्ट, आई थिंक नंबर 2 पे थी। तो एक चीज जो मैंने सिलिकॉन वैली में आके देखी कि टेक वर्ल्ड इज रूल्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट स्कूल ग्रेजुएट्स। It is ruled by those, not by those who come from top schools,
True.
right? And that is when I say some this, obviously nobody will believe, right? But when we bring them to hackathons, then they start getting confident, right? And there are a lot of students who will be scared even if I motivate them, they will not be comfortable to perform, right? Or they will not come out of their comfort zone. This is human nature. But there are a lot of students who have fire in the belly, who really perform to do something, and who don't have any other option except trusting Dr. Zafar. So those are the people who jump. And then we coach them, we hold them, and we make sure that they don't panic. Because on our Slack platform, we have dedicated team to help these students during these events. And again, I tell to the students that we are going, that we do not learn first and then go to the event. We go to the event to learn. So most of the learning you get when you're going to the hackathon first time. When you are going to 10th time, then the learning is very little and performance will be better. So that is how, and obviously once trend becomes normal, then a lot of people start joining. So this is our 6th year. So a lot of people know that it is doable. A lot of universities and organizations are doing on their own. But my goal has been to set the bar and to raise the bar to the international level, right? My goal has been that universities do not just complete the number of teaching hours and give CGPAs, they start owning the outcome of their graduates, right? And thanks to Almighty, we are going in that direction. And now, because of iCode Guru, universities like GC University Faisalabad or Agriculture University Faisalabad, they are really setting up the bar for the tier 1 universities of the country, right? And students are thinking now that if you can come to USA and join Google from a government university, from Mediocre University of Pakistan, why to spend the hard-earned money of their parents on top-tier universities, right? And what does it mean? That our top schools, obviously, they have to offer to students something special, which cannot be achieved if students go to the normal university.
True.
And overall, it will be win for the country, win for the students, and win for everybody. So Higher Education Commission in last 20 years, one thing they have done really good is to build the infrastructure, that we have a university in every city, right? But our universities, graduates were not able to find jobs. So iCode Guru is bridging that gap and setting a trend in those university students that they can also get job. And obviously, once this barrier will be broken, a lot of students from those new tier 3 universities, they will also start competing at the international stage.
All right. So next question is like lead code, Python and IELTS, ये तीनों चीजें आप एक ही रूफ के नीचे ट्रेन करवा रहे हैं. So traditionally हमारे पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट इन स्पेसिफिक गेट कीपर्स के आगे आके क्यों फंस जाते हैं, like जब whenever they are applying for the abroad, so उनको इस चीज में स्ट्रगल करते हैं, प्रॉब्लम आती है. So आपका क्या मेथड है इस बैरियर को, कैसे आप लोग ब्रेक करते हैं, कैसे उनको ट्रेन करते हैं?
Basically, iCode Guru is not a teaching platform. iCode Guru पे अगर हमने अच्छी टीचिंग करनी है तो हम अच्छे टीचर लेके आएंगे.
True.
And we don't have teachers. Students are teaching themselves. So basically, in iCode Guru, this is a social group, social network of highly motivated people who are working to the same goal together, right? And one of the things which happens is that students explain to each other better than the teachers explain
100%
because they
agree.
are at the same mental level, right? So in iCode Guru, we are just setting up their mental barriers that your level is not this, you can do better. At
Hmm.
iCode Guru, we are giving them the courage to see dreams. Education level is never a problem of Pakistan or any other third world country. Some of the status quos which we have challenged and broken at iCode Guru is you do not need PhDs to create world class talent. And you do not need to know good English to perform at the international stage. You start performing at the international stage, and English will improve slowly. That is how human brain works. So what I have learned even before starting iCode Guru, I was very clear about one thing, that there is a theoretical yield and a practical yield. I think we have studied in chemistry, right? Theoretical yield is increase the improve the curriculum, student quality will increase. And practical yield is that the students are from village. They never opened that English book. They took some key where the summary was written and they just wrote it. They just cram it and they just reproduce in the paper. They never saw what was written in that book. That is the practical yield. So I
Hmm.
was very clear that whatever is the outcome of our universities, it cannot be improved by improving the teachers' quality or curriculum quality. This is the practical yield. So if we want to improve our students, for example, for last 70 years, we are trying to improve the quality of English, and we are still nowhere in our government education system. What does it mean? It is an indication कि भाई इंग्लिश इंप्रूव करने का ये तरीका नहीं है. So what I could Guru bring to the table, that ट्रेडिशनल एजुकेशन सिस्टम में जितना लर्न करना था स्टूडेंट वो कर चुका है. नो, throw them in the swimming pool and let them learn by practice. And what our swimming pool is Silicon Valley. It is not $100 freelancing job.
Hmm.
We are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars per year job from Silicon Valley. So once you show somebody the dream, and once somebody you have a feeling, oh, somebody is there to support you, then it becomes very easy. And when I came to Silicon Valley, I saw that almost all the students I mentored in Silicon Valley, their IQ, their English, their science, their mathematics was not better at all than Pakistani government institution graduates.
True.
So our universities, in summary, our universities are doing a very good job at the international level.
Agree.
Awesome, sir. With this, I would like to ask our last and final question. Uh, I really enjoyed the conversation, but this would be the last question, unfortunately. अगर हम फ्यूचर की बात करते हैं, लेट्स से जब स्कॉलरशिप का जो मैट्रिक है आपका, दैट रीचेस टू $100 million इंशाल्लाह, आई कोड गुरु मजीद स्केल हो जाता है, तो जो सीड्स आप आज प्लांट कर रहे हैं, द मेंटीज दैट यू हैव, उनकी वजह से ग्लोबल मैप पर पाकिस्तानी टेक टैलेंट का फुटप्रिंट कैसे चेंज होता हुआ देख रहे हैं आप, एंड व्हाट मैसेज would you give those people that you're training right now?
Yeah, very good question. The first correction, we have already achieved $100 million.
Mashallah.
We are not achieving it in the futures. We are achieving. We have
Congratulations.
achieved it right now. Thank you. The other thing is that I strongly believe कि अगर दो stars हो ना तो you and I can argue which one is brighter. और अगर चांद निकल आए तो वो डिस्कशन खत्म हो जाती है. Moon is more brighter, right? और अगर सूरज निकल आए ना तो स्टार्स नजर नहीं आते। व्हाट डज दैट मीन? कि जब पाकिस्तानी टैलेंट गुड एनफ होगा, आसमान पे सूरज की तरह चमकेगा, तो हमें प्रूफ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है अपने आप को, दुनिया खुद मार्केट कर लेगी हमें। आई एम नेवर वरीड अबाउट दैट थिंग, राइट? आई You will never see me claiming, oh, my student has arrived at Google. Bhai, when there will be enough students in Google, the word will start speaking itself. मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, मुझे प्रूफ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, मुझे किसी को कन्विंस करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है। आई जस्ट नीड फोकस ऑन वन थिंग, बी अ सन इन द स्काई, not just another star in the sky. So that is a solved problem. So I do not need external validation from anybody that iCodeGuru Guru is doing good. I do have a strong belief when we will do good enough, people will not have any choice but to accept us. तो 2 साल पहले मैंने नेचुरल साइंस ग्रेजुएट्स का प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया था, वेयर वी यूज्ड टू पे टू द स्टूडेंट्स टू अटेंड द क्लास, because natural science student thinks that computer is not for them, IT is not for them, Python programming is not for them. But I knew that that all modern research in natural science or in finance or in engineering is done using Python, done using AI. For example, you are a biologist or zoologist and you want to work on protein unfolding or DNA analysis. It is done in Python, sitting on the computer. It is not done in a wet lab on animals nowadays. Same is chemistry, same is physics. So I start paying them because we are bringing the new trend which students don't buy. Or this year, half of our scholarship holders are from natural science in just 2 years. Those students whom we paid very little, they have done wonders. अगर आप नंबर्स में बात करें तो आई पे एवरी स्टूडेंट 30,000 पाकिस्तानी रुपीस or $100. And all of them have secured a scholarship of up to $500,000, $5 लाख का। उन पे इन्वेस्टमेंट मेरी कितनी थी? $100, और मुझे आउटपुट क्या मिली? $5 लाख। And going forward in their career, they will be making $1 million every year. Right? And just scale this thing to 1,000 students, it becomes $1 billion. And obviously, it will be a chain reaction. When one Aruj Sajid go to university, her whole family, all relatives, whole neighborhood will set up the bar at that level. They will stop dreaming at some scale 10, 12, or 14 government level jobs. So that is how it is going to happen. And inshallah, if everything goes according to the plan by the grace of Almighty, Pakistan will become the superpower without
Inshallah.
spending a penny from the government or from any third party. Inshallah, technical superpower.
It was an absolutely phenomenal conversation. Inshallah, I hope that everything you've mentioned does happen, and hearing about the scale of impact iCodeGuru Guru is making truly reinforces why you're a shining example of pride of Pakistan. Sir, thank you so much for your time and your relentless dedication to our youth.